I am Dante Sama.
Hey everyone, this is BB Catalyst.
Hey, I'm BB Pandora.
Hi, I'm BB Scour.
Hey guys, I'm BB Nonox.
I'm BB Bloom.
This is BB Nielsen.
I'm BB Yasha.
I am BB Kashi.
I'm BB Javel.
I'm BB Xab.
I'm BB Karkul.
This is BB Rose.
Happy settling.
Welcome to a very special edition of Blue Byte Backstage. Very international today because we invited all the Settlers online community managers and they asked some questions. And those questions and hopefully nice answers will we have a look at now.
The main topic of the community is the guilds and the guild system. There will be an improvement about it.
So for the guild features, we have a couple of ideas that we want to bring, and we have the first step for us is going to be to do a couple of improvements that have been requested by the community. Things like changing the guild leaders or giving stats about the guild members. Things like a guild storage that has been that is like an obvious and often requested thing. And that is going to be very helpful for guild interaction and give a purpose to the whole thing, or more of a purpose to the whole thing.
My community has questions all the time about the maximum number of the guilds. Is that going to be increased in the future?
That is an interesting proposal, and we ought to think about that, I think. We haven't really actually considered it because from our point of view, that's just going to impose, we're just going to change the limit to another figure, so as soon as you hit the next value, it's going to be the same question come up again. But if that is actually a request by the community, we will very much think about that, of course, yes.
I have a question about the future of the guilds in the game. My players, they ask a lot of questions about that, especially concerned with the future, with the PvP, and there's any plans to actually improve the actual guild function in the game?
Yeah, so like I said, we have a couple of things that we definitely want to do. One of the first things is it comes down to a rework of much of the interfaces and much of the functionality and improving a lot of things that have been requested. In terms of PvP, that isn't really a guild topic. That is something we've got great plans for, and we're thinking about a lot of possibilities, but we don't want to create any liabilities at this point. So there's things we have in mind, but we can't really talk about that yet.
I was wondering, for example, if I want to, let's say, improve my coal production on my island, how does it work? How should I do it?
Yeah, so the sign system is going to be a talent system that we're going to introduce to the settlers. It's going to have the players produce skill points on their island as part of their economy, as a resource in their economy, and they will get to spend these skill points in talent trees for either their island or for their specialists. You would find 3 skill trees that would concern your island's various topics. So you would have one tree dedicated to your economy, and in there you're going to find improving the production time of your coal work yards, or some things like upgrade prices for your mines and these kinds of things. You could all produce skill points and spend them on this kind of skill, and that would be a way to improve the coal production of your island.
So can I, ask about some kind of possibilities? How can you gather the skill points that you can spend in this tree?
We're going to introduce 7 new workyards, buildings that are going to, in the end, going to produce these skill points. So you get 7 new buildings that all introduce new resources, new production chains as such, and in those you'll get to produce those as part of those skill points as part of your economy.
We are wondering what player level 50 players can expect from the Settlers Online this year.
We know that we have a lot of endgame players which want to have more features they can play with, and because that we thought about this and we want to make new adventure which are more challenging than normal adventures, and also give more rewards, better rewards, cool rewards. So we plan to make a chain, so several adventures after another. And in this adventures, the player can gain new resources, and with these new resources, they can buy new items in the shop, so cool new stuff they can work for.
I would like to ask about the new buildings. I know that for the Easter event we will get the floating residence,
So my players are asking if we will get new buildings anytime soon.
Yes, we will get new buildings. So at first for the science system, also mentioned we will get 7 new buildings, and later for the new raids for the endgame players, we will also have new buildings. And for these buildings, I can say, I don't want to say too much because it should be a surprise for the player also, but they should be in a very cool new look. So then when player achieved these buildings, you will see on the island they achieved something really cool. So we try that the player can improve also the look of their island. So you see, this is a player which is at the endgame content, and he achieved a lot of things in the endgame content with these new buildings. And we hope the player will like it. I hope this answers your question.
My question is, last year we had the End of the World event, and that, well, a lot of players enjoyed that. Can we expect anything similar in the near future?
Yes, we are planning to make more events like this, but we also had a look on the feedback of the community, and they said it's not so good that only players at level 26 or higher can make this adventure for this event. So we want that all players can be part of this event. So it's not important whether you're level 1 or level 50, you can help your server. This is something we want for the next event.
Are the buildings being stopped when maintenance happens, or do they keep running? What exactly happens when maintenance happens?
It's a yes and no, basically. During the maintenance, the whole game servers, the whole game world is shut down, so nothing happens. But the game itself is constructed, and the architecture is that it calculates everything that happens during this time after the servers are stopped again. So there is no time lost. Everything will be recalculated once the game is back up. So basically the main answer is no, the game won't be paused, and no, there will be nothing lost. Everything will be recalculated in the end.
Why does maintenance take so long, and what exactly happens during?
The problem is basically that the game worlds, we have a lot of game worlds currently, we have a lot of data going on in all the game worlds. For instance, the Russian game world has a database of around 200 gigabytes, which is a lot of just plain text data, and the maintenance takes so long because you have to run the scripts that we run, which will be explained later, through all databases, through all this data. And also the game is very complex, and as you might know, there's a lot of things to consider. So a big part of the maintenance is also the QA, to make sure once the maintenance is run, everything for you guys is okay and the game is fine to be played after the maintenance, and we haven't overseen anything, or there are some issues that happened during the maintenance. So it's basically just to keep a good quality and have a good game for you even after maintenance.
What kind of scripts exactly are being executed during the maintenance?
So the main part is basically that all these games check if, for instance, you have an adventure and you have sent out 3 generals to this adventure and 600 troops. The scripts check if all the troops that you're supposed to have after the adventure are still in your adventure. So if you have the feeling, which comes sometimes, that you feel like you lost some troops in the adventure that are not supposed to be lost, then this script checks that and sends them back to your game. So after the maintenance, you will have recruits or like units that seemed like they were lost, but they are back again after the maintenance. So that's a part of the script. Also a lot of cleanup to keep the performance of the database at a high level, and that's basically it. So as I said, it's a lot of data, so these scripts take a while to be run through.
That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.